Today we're going to show you the Eagle HT 28.5 RSTS. Come on. Today we are at Travelland RV Supercenter on the Langley Bypass, and we're going to show you the Eagle HT 28.5 RSTS. Now this is a smaller fifth wheel. I don't want to say small because it's still pretty big, but it's smaller than some of those big giant ones we've been showing you. So it might be a little more user-friendly for you. Of course, in the description, currency converter, timestamps, RV reviews, resource that you can use too. And of course, if we're providing you with any value, please feel free to buy us a coffee. And today we're saying, thanks Maureen H. We really appreciate it. I'll also put some links at the end to get you to the Jayco Eagle construction. And I will put in a card somewhere around here that tells you kind of the difference between the Eagle and the HT, because this is just sort of a little more basic version, thinner walls, that kind of thing. So without further ado, let's take a look at the exterior and then I'll take you inside. So let's start under here. And don't worry, we'll give you all the numbers so you know what the weight is and that kind of thing. So in our storage, we get one clip that goes up there. Pretty easy for me to do, not a problem. Lots of storage space in here for your batteries, or if you wanted to put a generator, that kind of thing. More here and more here. And just while we're here, let's look down. There's where the spare is. That's pretty accessible, right? I mean, if you're going to put it underneath, that's a perfect spot. Okay, coming around to this side, we'll show you in here where you get a 30-pound propane tank and access to the electric motor that goes with these front auto level stabilizer jacks. Okay, and let's look. So remember, this is a smaller trailer. So the pass-through is a little smaller, but it's still a pass-through. I'm doing just fine under here. You've got the struts to hold it up. You can see through this whole pass-through here. The battery disconnect is right here, and the auto level buttons are right there. Super easy and accessible. Here's your wet bay. It's lit, shower, valves for your hot water. Here is your tank flush, your pump, all your cable, TV, those kinds of switches, your city water, and to winterize. Then you move down to all of your valves. So you got your black and two grays and your hole here that you can put all your hoses down to and close the door. So we'll see how many sewer connections they are as we go look around. And it's nice to have these in here. Let me just see for ducting. I'm not seeing any vent in there. I'll look more for you. And here is your 50 amp electrical connection. And then down here is your sewer connection. And there's only one. I love that. So you can have two gray tanks, but you only have to mess around with one sewer connection. Now, turning around this way, there are 3 slides on this rig. This one is an electric rack and pinion. And then over here, if you look up, this little one is an electric Schwintek system, which is perfectly appropriate for what's probably going on inside there. Now, let's go down this way. You do get the frameless windows on the sides, but on the ends, it's awfully noisy on this bypass. On the ends, you get sliders, and that, for me, that makes me happy because it just offers good cross ventilation. And then down here, you can see that other electric leveling jack, and so that means there's 4 on this rig. Okay, moving around to the back, you get a ladder so you can get up on your Magna Truss roof, and there is a option to have
I can't hear you.
Let's hope everyone else can. You do get the option to have a backup camera system in this trailer if you so desire. Oh, and there is a hitch here that you can put a bike rack or something like that. Okay, coming around to this side. I thought this was interesting. They're calling this a J-port. So when I flicked it up, I'm like, what the heck? That actually looks like a hitch, like a receiver for a hitch. But what I learned was that it comes with a grill on a stand, and you can put that in there, and then the grill would stick out here and you would have all that, which goes just perfectly with what's in here. Big door, big door. All right, I gotta let her go. I can't hold on to it. It is on the struts, so that's great. It's going to keep me out of the rain. If the weather's not good, well, keep Corey out of the rain because he would be out here doing the grilling. But you get a bit of an outdoor kitchen, even in a smaller trailer. Lots of shelving, LED lighting. There is electricity and cable up in there. You do get a small electric refrigerator. I mean, good enough to put your drinks and stuff in, right? There is electricity here and a little bit of counter and a drawer. So it's all very usable, I think, if an outdoor kitchen is something you're looking for. Now, I can't reach that bar, so we'll get a salesman to come and do that for us. Now, this is that other slide. It is on a cable-driven system, which is perfectly fine for it. You can see that right here. And then underneath here is the wheels, aluminum with the Goodyear Endurance tires, ST 225/75R15. And then let's move up to the front storage. So this is, oh, I just want to point out that there's a spray port and there are outdoor speakers, and inside here is the other side of the pass-through storage. And so you've got cable, you've got electric, you've got lights, and this right here is that stand that goes in that down there to hold the grill.
The J-port.
Is that what they're calling? Oh, it goes in the
J-port.
The J-port, that's where they're putting that. And right here is another 30-pound propane tank. And then looking up, you get a electric awning, LED lighting. It seems a little bit shorter than many, but I'll figure out what the size of that is for you. The other thing that I'm noticing when we're looking up is that the slides do not have toppers on them, but I believe you could easily put toppers on them, so check into that. And they do have a rain rail and spouts, so that makes us happy. Okay, coming around to the steps. You know I all like these steps. These are the step aboves, and they have the nice lower handle, so that's good. If I'm outside of my trailer and my steps are inside, I can almost reach it. I mean, I could do it. It's not super easy, but I could do it. And then of course you have this as well. And they do seem, this first step seems a little high, like they seem spaced out. So you might want to think about that. If you need them closer together, you can get 4-step ones, but let's check out the door. Yippers, it's a friction door. It has a bumper back here, but no clip. So we're going to rely on the friction. And she's not a self-closer, but it's pretty good, right? Is it too much to ask?
It's not a self-closer, but you can close it yourself.
Yeah, okay, there's that. So that's good. Now, I'd like to take you inside and show you around. Come on. All right, welcome to the 2021 28.5 RSTS Jayco Eagle HT. Got it. Nailed it. So we've been showing you some Jaycos recently and been really happy with the lighter cabinetry, It's kind of a distressed country style, but they do mix it with the darker cabinetry. So I want to say right now, this one has a little more darker than I personally would like, but of course I still love the light stuff. So when you come in, remember this is a smaller trailer, but you're still getting all of the features. So we come in, we've got the shoe place. Absolutely love that. That is a huge detail to me. Then we've got storage with hooks, and I learned from one of the other Jaycos that this lifts right up and has a magnet that attaches it to there. So if you want to hang longer things in here, you can, but these are going to be the only hangers for them. Or you can hang shorter things and have stuff. Also, you get these uppers, which are very nice, just a little beyond us. They do have the glass in them, which is also nice. You know, and I like the tinted glass out here because it's a nice little feature, but yet you don't have to see all the stuff behind it. Then you get this huge pantry. It does have some lighting in it down the side, so I like that. These are not adjustable shelves. There is room for brooms and that kind of stuff in here, so those are all good pantry features to me. And then there's that cupboard up there. We'll just call it pretty, how about? I have no idea what it's for. Moving around, this is in a slide. And you gotta love this continued on lighter wood. So Jayco has a combination of seating, which has a bench here and then 2 freestanding chairs there. I do believe it's an option to have an actual dinette as well. So I do like that. Let me show you inside this bench because there's a bunch of storage in there, right? Which is the thing that dinettes generally give you that freestanding doesn't. So I like that this gives you those options. It's comfortable to sit in. You get this huge window, and the pleated blinds are quite dark for those of you who want to black out the place. Okay, so if I sit with my back there, I couldn't even play cards. So the thing about it is that the bench could be moved forward. Like you could move this bench out there if you want. So you could move the bench forward, and being that freestanding chairs, you can make this however you want. It wouldn't hurt my feelings one little bit if they made this table a little bit bigger. Just a thought. So the decor in here is nice too. Don't worry, these are not actually decor. They're just there to cover the wood on the chairs. I don't mind the light fixtures in here. They're interesting. Let's move this out of the way. I believe this table, yes. So it does extend out if you want a longer table. But I mean, they have the space here, so it wouldn't hurt my feelings at all if they just made it a little wider. Moving down, here is your theater seating. It does not have bells and whistles and things. It's going to be just a recliner, and you know, that's okay. That's part of the HT, right? Like, little things are stripped down to give you a great trailer still at a lighter weight and lesser cost, you know. So it really just depends on how much all those little details are mattering to you and your budget. But it's nice. This is kind of that vinyl stuff that would be easy to clean up. More windows and more storage. LED lighting. This is small doors, deeper on struts. So I like that. Then moving over to the end of the trailer, you get this massive window, which you know I love. I'm just going to pull this down so you can all see a little better. But it does, remember, this is the flip out window, and so you turn this little mechanism and it pushes it out, but when it gets to its maximum, it is actually hitting the ladder at the back there. So kind of a bummer, right? I also love these 2 little slider sides that open because there's going to be such good airflow. And these are insulated windows. Love that. This makes down into a bed coming out into this area. You get an end table here, USB, electric, and over here, USB and electric, LED lighting, and good thing those are on struts because it is good storage though, and no different than most trailers where I would have to stand on the couch to get at them. Okay, moving over to this slide now is the rest of the entertainment area. So there is storage. Now these doors are small and that storage is deep, like really deep. So yeah, good luck getting stuff out of there. You're gonna need a reacher, but they're all very nice. TV doesn't seem quite as big as the bigger RVs, so that seems appropriate. I'll try and figure out the size for you. Moving down, you get my favorite electric fireplace. It's going to help you stay toasty warm when you're plugged in. And there's a little more storage down there. Okay, while I'm down here, we should talk about the floor. All vinyl, yay, even in the slides. Does have ducting in the floor. Pros and cons about all that. For me, I think about the dirt that gets collected in there and that kind of thing, but it has been shown to be a little more efficient at heating because you don't have ducting going around corners and that kind of thing, and heat loss that way. And because of the ducting in the floor, they say it also heats sort of the rest of the floor. Pros and cons depends on you, and you're not going to go wrong either way. So let's talk about the ceiling while we're back here. There's lots of headroom in these. LED lights, speakers, suckers and blowers for the AC, because they do have a good AC system in the Jaycos. I'm not seeing, even in the kitchen area, a vent. So that's that. Let's move into the kitchen and talk about this island. So even though we're in a smaller RV, we're still getting a very nice island. This is, well, I mean, I've been in Penelope now for weeks and weeks. So you could hand me this much counter space and I would think I was in luxury. So this is very nice. Again, a little darker, not my fave, but it's good. Thermofoil countertops, no seams. There's also electric on that side of the island down there, so you could use that for either over there or here. This has more cutting space here for countertop. Nice sink, which has the foldy drain rack, which I love, and a real cutting board, which I also love, to go with the real separated double, not quite stainless, but something stainless-like sink, undermount. I'm loving it. Nice tall tap, sprayer, very good. So, liking that, and then you get all that countertop space. Underneath the island, there are two big doors, one underneath the sink area where the garbage or something like that could go, and then another for shelf. And then you get three nice drawers, all on the metal roller gliders. Those two are the same size, and this one is deeper. So I like that. Here's your fridge. What do you think I like best about this fridge? It's in a slide, and it brings it all down. So I love that. Plus I do like the finish. So I'm thinking we're looking at an 8 cubic foot electric propane fridge. Very nice, Dometic. It'll do the trick, and it's at the perfect height for us, so we love that. And then over here, so first of all, what I want to say about this space is I like that it's this space. I have seen it, and you've probably seen it in our reviews of other trailers, where the stove is just tucked back in and there's a wall here. So I like that this is a space. You get more storage up there, lighting here, there's electricity in there. You get a little window, which is always nice, more electricity. And then you get this nice countertop. Like this is where you can put your stuff. I mean, you're cutting and washing and then you're cooking, and this is a very efficient kitchen. And then you get a big bunch of storage there. Because remember, you do have that huge pantry too. And you get this pretty fancy looking microwave. There it is on the inside. It's a decent size. You get a Furrion 3-burner gas stove with a glass top and a decent sized oven. Liking that. And more. Look at that, another pots and pans cupboard. What I'm not in love with is this little toe kicker here. That's just the way it is, can't have it all. The other thing that I would like to see, and you could do this yourself, is to put in a backsplash. I think that would really add to the simplicity and ease of cleaning in here. So now, let's go up there. Come on. Moving up towards the bathroom. Before you get to the steps, you've got switches, you've got your command center here, you know, how full is your gray and your black and your water and those kinds of things. The steps are a bit large, but doable. We've seen larger. Nice handle. And then you go into the bathroom, which has my favorite thing. So you get a slider door, and the toilet paper holder is in the door. So when the door is closed, it's actually out here, which seems very appropriate. You then get a fan, which now the ceiling's a little bit lower, but so I can reach everything. LED lighting, and you get a porcelain foot flush toilet. And then here is your glass walled radius shower. It's pretty spacious. There's a skylight up there. This is a one-piece plastic surround going down to a one-piece base that is clipped together, and I think actually caulked. Maybe not all the way around, but there's some caulking there, so I do like that. Average taps and shower head. And then let's take a look at the vanity area. So you do get a rack for your towel, nice mirror, good level, storage in there. There are switches and electrical there. This is a very nice countertop, decent space, decent sized undermount sink. Average taps, bit of a backsplash, that's pretty. Yeah, this is the same, the thermal foil, no seams. And then you get some storage underneath there that's pretty decent as well. So I'm liking that. Your venting for heat is in the floor there. And then you get this walk-through area into the bedroom, which has, so this is that other slide, has some decent storage in there as well. Okay, let's meet you over here. So into this master bedroom area, you do get a slider door between the two, so I like that. This is a king, I believe. And I know some of you, that's really important to you, so if a king is what you want, you can have it, but I do not recommend it in this space. It's too tight. So this is all the space I have here. I walk up to here, so it's really okay to make the bed and everything. There's some LED lighting there. There is a good mirror and storage here, but it's not hanging storage. It would just be cupboard storage. There's a great nightstand down here, which has electric back there and sort of some cubbyhole storage under there. In the rest of this slide, you're getting a nice window, lighting, electricity, a counter, and 2 drawers. So that's, you know, the bottom one is deeper, so that's nice. And then over to the closet area, which is nicely mirrored and lit and has lots of hanging room. So I'm liking all that. Super easy to reach everything in there. And then coming this way. Let me lift this bed up and show you what's underneath, because there's quite a bit of storage under there, and it is on the struts, and it is easy to manage. And then over on this wall here is where your TV could go, switches, looking up at the ceiling, LED, AC venting, and you also get a vent there. And then moving around to this side, again, it's really tight between the wall and the bed. You do get another nightstand, USB, electrical, another mirrored cupboard. It's just pretty tight to fit in there. So now I want to talk about the Cracker Barrel factor. Meet me back over at the slide. Okay, so this whole slide needs to come in. When it does, it's going to come in fairly close to this doorway. You are not going to be able to access these drawers or this side of the closet, but I think you'll be able to get into this side, so that's okay. I also think you'll be able to get into this partially. The bigger problem, and it's not that big of a problem, is that you're going to have to slide this mattress right over against that wall. So it's going to be tight against the wall in order for this slide to come in. So what that means is that you lose your whole walk around of your mattress when the slide is in. Not the end of the world. You still have access to your bedroom, you still have access to most of your storage, and you just climb in the end of your bed. So it isn't the end of the world. And if you went with a queen mattress, which we would definitely do, you would of course have much more room. Now, let's go look at the rest of the Cracker Barrel factor down there. Okay, Cracker Barrel down here. Okay, you got opposing slides, beautiful, nice slides. So when this one comes in, it's going to come up right close to the island here, and the corner will be out here. When this one comes in, it's going to come in quite far, not right up close to the island, I don't think, but it is going to block your pantry. But I think because it's going to be here, I think you could still get through here and you could shimmy through here. So if you can get past this table, you would have access to your dining. You would have access to your theater seating and the TV across from it. You would be able to sit in the middle here, but the slides are like this and this. So it's going to be a little bit of a narrow spot. Maybe this is where the kid goes for discipline. I don't know. You're not going to make this into a bed. That's probably the more significant point. And
you could sleep on it as a couch, though, behind the slides.
Yeah, you could. You could do that. Be a little cubby hole. The other significant thing is down here. When the slide's in, the heat ducting, the vents, are going to be blocked. So that's kind of a bummer depending on the weather that you're in. For Corey and I, it seems like it happens all the time. We're boondocking someplace, we're doing an overnighter, and it's cold. But you would still have your TV, you could have your fireplace, but you probably aren't going to be hooked up to anything to run the darn thing. You would be able to get to the end of your island, which would give you access to the sink this way. And I don't think you're getting into your fridge, but you could use your freezer. That would work just fine. So Cracker Barrel factor on this one is challenging, but doable. So it really depends on you, depends on how often you're doing it, those kinds of things. But there are some things that are going to be usable. You can get into that bathroom, no problem, and you can make the bed work if you're okay with that. So now let's take a look at the numbers. Now for the numbers on the 2021 Jayco Eagle HT 28.5 RSTS. So went and took the picture outside. We've got a GVW of 10,995 and a cargo carrying capacity, if it's completely dry, is 1,292. But once you fill up the fresh water, you actually only get 571 pounds left for cargo in here. So depending on how you're going to use it and whether you're going to get water when you get there or whether you're going to be boondocking or that kind of thing, you know, these are all things to think about on how you want to use your trailer. Then let me get you some more numbers. The length actually comes in at 32.75 feet. So it is still, I mean, this is not a small RV, it's a medium one. We've definitely seen bigger, but there are smaller. Width, 8 foot across. The height, 12.42 feet tall, and then the interior height is 8.42 feet. The fresh water tank comes in at 81 gallons. The gray between the two come in at 75.5 gallons, and the black water is at 43 gallons. There's a 15,000 BTU AC, and there is a 14-foot awning. And then the last but not least number, the price here at Travelland RV on the Langley Bypass is 69,577 Canadian dollars. So check the currency converter below to change it up for wherever you might be. If this is the one you're interested in or you're getting, please leave us a comment and tell us all about it. As well, I'll put some links up at the end here so that you can learn more about the Jayco Eagle construction, and you can come along on an adventure or something like that with us too, because that's always fun. And as well, we'll leave a link in the description, and if we're providing you with any value whatsoever, please feel free, buy us a coffee. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up. We love having you along. Thanks for watching.